supporting them, yes, but not helping as much as you maybe need to, especially if they're not appreciating the love, that you
Then
are showing them.
But then that mean we judging them. I'm Shaquanta, and this is my daughter Lynette.
And we're about to play a game.
Let me see. It says, what's your favorite thing about me?
My favorite thing about you is that you are so easy to love. and your kindness, it's just kind of infectious to everybody. I feel like everybody that I know knows like your spirit and like just how you are as a person, and like you're just so inclined to like do for others, and sometimes in a very self-sacrificial way, and that, as a Black woman, like that's not always the best space to be in, but it's really from a place of love at all times. And to be able to know that, like, or even to mature enough to realize that your mom is probably one of the kindest people that is like, I think that's why I carry you so softly in my life, because it's just like, you're such a great person. Yeah. You just are. I know I've had these conversations with so many people. People tell me this all the time about you. You're just such a good person, and a good person that's been through a lot, but still an amazing person. So that's probably my favorite thing. Do you feel appreciated?
Yeah, because I'm living, so I feel appreciated. So I can't say you guys don't appreciate me, because I see that,
You talking about like me and my siblings?
Yeah, your other siblings, it's a journey.
I often think that it's maturity. My brothers,
and it's a gap.
Yeah, my brother's, 6 years younger, and then
and then
my
Kiara,
sister,
she's way down there.
She's 19, so it's just a vast age group, and it just comes with maturity over time, like understanding like the role that your parent really plays in your life. You don't realize how often, and what a privilege it is as well to be able to like stop, look over your shoulder, and have a mom there.
I think it was meant for me to do it that way. I think that was my calling. I think having you, it changed me.
What do you think changed about you the most?
I used to smoke and drink before I, found out I was pregnant with you,
and party and stuff. And
hell yeah!
I used to
party. I used to be in Chicago, and my uncles would take me to like the Mardi Gras and stuff. So I seen
down in Louisiana.
I seen everything I was supposed to see before I got grown. So to me, like when y'all say, "Mom, you don't ever want to go nowhere," because I did all that shit when I was young.
Yeah.
And I'm a mother, so I don't know. I look at stuff different than most people. I'm a mama, so I'm gonna think about being a mama first. Okay, your mama can't see. It says, what does
oh Lord
fun looks like to you? What does fun look like to you?
Traveling, baby.
I was about to say.
Let me get up out of here. Let me see the world.
But that's what I love about you.
It's authentic. It's just, it's really true. I just feel like sometimes like your spirit matters, like what type of spirit you carry going out into the world, and, having that genuine desire to like actually understand other people's cultures and immerse yourself in it.
And
it shows. Food. And people are so kind. I've had some amazing experiences out of this country.
That's what I say. I think you feel
with locals
more free out of state than you feel here.
Yeah.
Like instead of being in California, you're forced to put on a hat to go to work every day and pay your bills, and when you're on vacation, you're more.
That's true.
Footloose and happy.
I'm letting it loose. What we got here?
No crying. No crying.
Oh, it might be. It says, how did your childhood shape who you are today?
I think because I'm not from California.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I really believe.
What's interesting about you not being from California is that you grew up here, but you spent also a large portion of
learned a
your
lot
life
from here.
from not being out here.
Exactly.
And being in the country, and then coming here and living in South LA for the second part of your childhood.
Exactly.
And I think that is probably part of the thing that people don't see when they come and they talk to you.
I be like, I'm not from California.
Right. And they be
Don't
like, what do
think
you
I'm
mean?
from
You went to high
California.
school
Yeah,
here.
no.
And you're like, yeah, but
No, I don't want to be from California.
Yeah.
I like that I was born in Chicago, and I
Born in Chicago.
love that I was raised half in Memphis
yeah.
because we seen a different part of life. Like I seen my granddaddy work on a field,
Yeah.
grow his own corn.
Yeah. But I love it.
Going to Ontario or Oxnard to pick
Strawberries when we guys out here.
strawberries
Yeah.
and black
That
eyed
was-
peas and picking them in the house, you know,
Yeah.
like
That was definitely something I
don't
think
wanna be a
that you
California.
guys loved to do because it reminded you
of home.
of home.
I'm glad I'm not from Cali. I'm glad I'm from Memphis.
Right. Memphis is
It's
definitely
definitely my home.
the home.
And
yeah.
I'm glad that I learned in Memphis a lot, but I learned a lot in California. California taught me I didn't want to be,
a city girl.
no.
You got it?
Let me see. It says, how do you define tough love? Oh, how do you define tough love?
Tough
Because
love.
I don't know if I have it.
I don't really like the concept of tough love.
What does
But-
that mean, though?
I think it's just
Is it
Being
are they
a
saying
little-
a parent is supposed to show tough love
no.
to their kid?
I think it's loving someone, but not giving them the help, only the support. Recently, I heard somebody say that. They said that, when you love somebody, you want to help them. And so you help them all the time. And you help them in any way that you think you need to help them. You do things to make their life easier. You do things to, just make things go with ease in their life. And sometimes really all you need to give someone is just support. And support is more so when you do the things that are really asked of you, like, that, and you can be there for a person. But also just being, letting people hear what they what they need to hear. So, supporting them, yes, but not helping as much as you maybe need to, especially if they're not appreciating the love, that you
Then
are
that mean-
showing them.
But then that mean we judging them.
No, it's not about judging. It's just sometimes people need to hear what they need to hear. I don't think that tough love is always
how to
the
do
answer. I think that a lot of people think that tough love is the answer. I don't always think that's the answer to every situation. But just as a definition and to define it, I just think that it's just you loving someone a little harsher in the sense of, what you're willing to constructively criticize them about, but also limiting, certain help that you give and limiting it to support. You can still feel
I
the
know
love.
how to do tough love to a man,
Okay.
but to my children, I don't know how to do tough love. So it's different.
Okay. All right. Next question. Let's see here.
But it's no tough love between us. We don't even know how to do that shit.
What's funny is that you should probably ask me this question.
What is that?
You should ask me this question.
What is it? Do you remember? I do. But do you remember coming out to me? I remember.
I do remember. I remember the first time that I could have came out. I know that I lied, but it was because it threw me off. It kind of like I was caught off guard.
I think you was scared.
Yeah, I definitely was. I don't know. Like I was scared until a certain point, and then I'll tell you when I was no longer concerned about being scared. But I came home from school, or I actually think I went to a game or something like that, and I came in the house and you were sitting on the couch on the love seat, and it was dark in the living room, and you were just sitting there, and I think you were probably smoking a cigarette or something.
Or blood.
Or a blunt. Probably a blunt.
It probably was.
And you were like, is there something you need to tell me? And I was like, what? And you were like, do you like girls? And I was like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You was still in
I
the
was
dial.
still like,
You
I'm
was.
absolutely not answering this question. And then I just was like, I'm going in my room. I don't know what you're talking about. And you didn't really like push it at all. You just kind of like asked me the question, and then I answered, and
I had to wait for you.
and
to
you
tell
kind of
me.
waited, and then I wound up coming back and telling you. I think the next day, I just kind of came and was like, because I think you read one of the letters that I
It
had.
was from Crystal.
Yeah, that I had in my
And it's
in my
funny
room.
how I remember everything.
And so because I knew you did that, I was just like, well, this is kind of silly. Because, I mean, this
She
letter
already
was
know.
gay. This letter was gay.
Definitely gay.
Definitely gay. Heavy gay. So I was just like, there's no reason. And I think I talked to her at the time, and then I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk to my mom about it. And then I told you.
And what did I say?
And then you didn't have a problem with it. You didn't give me any strife. You were just like, okay. And then you were like, but you didn't have to lie about it yesterday.
And then I want you to tell your nana,
right.
your papa,
and then
your
you
aunties.
did. I think you told my grandpa, who is
I let you tell
Did
your
I tell
papa.
him?
Yeah.
You told him I had something to tell him, and so he came over the house that night. I know that he came to the house because this was the moment that I was more afraid of this situation because I loved him so much because we have such a close relationship.
It was gonna be a problem.
And I thought it was gonna be a problem. I just was like, I was so scared, and I just remember talking to him about it and explaining to him, and he was like, let me tell you a funny story. And he told me a funny story about this lesbian woman who used to have a crush on Nana. And he's like, I thought it was so funny that, she was attracted to her. And she was like, of course your grandma wasn't into it. He was like, but it was still funny. He just told me this whole little story.
And we don't know if that was true or not, if Nana wasn't into it.
I don't know. I plead the fifth on whether or not she was into it. But
you'll never find out about the skeletons. Okay.
But after that, he just was like, you know what? I love you. Like, no matter what, and it doesn't change, like, how I feel about you. And I think from that moment, like, the two most important people in my life.
And Grandma Lena, you forgot about
Grandma Lena did, but at the time, yeah, I did talk to her about it after. But the two most important people, which was you and Papa at the time, I said, you know what? These two people accept me for who I am. I remember, do not care what anybody else thinks.
I knew
even
something
at school,
was
I was out
going
after
on
that.
with you because I remember you and Sandy pulled up one day in front of the house. And remember the old lady had that.
But that was after though.
Yeah,
that was after.
I remember that. Like, I'm like, you don't have to hide who the you are, because if they don't like you, they don't like you, and I'm not gonna let nobody mess with you. So be who you want to be. To me, that's what it is. Like, I understand.
For your pride.
Cause like we had an auntie, like my cousin Michael. He was gay. Mm-hmm. He had AIDS. He had full blown AIDS.
He did.
And he died. And my auntie said, you know what she said? He died.
She lied about it.
It wasn't AIDS, cause she
did lie about it, which
I
felt sad
about. She didn't want nobody to find out her. Everybody knew Michael was gay.
Yeah.
We knew when he was a kid he was gonna be gay, cause he acted like that. Like that's who he was.
Yeah.
I don't understand. With you, when I read those letters, it wasn't nothing I can do to change your mind anyway.
You're just like, well, shit. Because as I said, super gay. I know. When I saw that, I was just like, that's a waste of time.
If you love your kid unconditionally,
right?
Now this is my opinion, not anybody else's. If you love your kid, you have that kid and it comes out your body and you say you look at that baby and you say, I love you. It shouldn't matter what your kid tell you. I wouldn't want us to be apart because your lifestyle, what?
And that's what makes me so lucky. That's what makes me so lucky.
I just don't get it.
And why I do feel like that love that you give to a queer person in that, like they do, I think sometimes parents don't even realize how important that love is.
I wish I had a mama
so important
to talk to.
Because couldn't nobody tell me anything. You and Papa didn't have, you guys accepted me fully. I was out at school.
And nobody asked you no questions.
There was no
neither.
questions to ask. Let's see what we got here. What's something you do to unwind?
I smoke a lot of weed.
Easy call. Easy call.
That's an easy question. I do not drink, but I smoke up a lot of weed.
Yeah.
I do not care. I like weed.
You don't drink.
No, I'll do one.
That is a thing. You've never been a drinker.
No.
So it's just
I don't like what liquor does to people. Like, you never heard of weed taking you off the highway. And if somebody did, they should never smoke that blunt. They should have slept.
Good stuff.
No, they should have just slept where they was at instead of getting behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Like when people say, oh, they had an accident because of liquor, I understand that because liquor does get you faded.
You, yeah, for sure.
But I'm going to tell you, I think you should sit in the damn car until you sober up.
Take a nap.
But that's just, I don't know. Me, I'm different. I love weed, and weed is gonna. I'm glad they legalized it.
Right, California was always headed that way.
I can be where I live in. I can smoke weed. Nobody can say nothing or look at me funny. And you know where I live at. People are just loving. And I be outside smoking weed all the time.
Right.
Oh, man, this is too small. Come on, babe.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. How have your notions of what it means to be a woman changed over your lifetime?
Ooh, that's for you, not for me.
You got to ask, though. How have your notions of being a woman changed over your lifetime?
So how has being a woman changed your notion?
Close of being a woman over my lifetime.
Yeah.
Close enough, close enough. The notion of being a woman is you have to learn to love yourself. It's so much starts that happens before those moments of you realizing that you love yourself. Like, and I think people be like, of course I love myself. Like, I love myself. I take care of myself, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think that that's loving yourself. Like, loving yourself is reflected in all the things that you allow in your environment, the things that you involve yourself in, like how you choose to move, how you choose to carry yourself. Everyone carries themselves differently, but I'm just saying, like, how you choose to show up for yourself. And I just think that we think sometimes as women we're doing that because we're living and we're doing whatever we do in our life. But really slowing down and like understanding like yourself as a woman, what you need, how to love you specifically, you know, not how to love women, because that gets colluded a lot. Because if you love women, you can very mistakenly be trying to love yourself how you've loved women. Just growing as a woman, understanding what you don't want, seeing examples. I'm a very live by other people's example type of situation. Like I can very much say like that's something I don't want for myself. Sometimes I have to experience what I don't want for myself. But just navigating that and just the freedom that comes with that. So over my lifetime, you know, just being a woman, you know, being someone who, you know, people be attracted to, understanding that's also something, you know, people be attracted to you and you be thinking that somehow holds value. But really the only value is in the love for yourself. I'm asking you the last question, right?
Yes.
All right. You got the last question, Mom. Are you ready?
Yeah, as long as it don't make me cry, I'm fine.
We already. I think we got the tears out the way. Let's see.
They came too early. That's what it was.
What's something you've always wanted to do but didn't, and why didn't you?
Well, that's a lot.
Well, just pick one thing. One thing that you wanted to do and that you haven't done.
I couldn't do none of the things that I wanted to do because I have fucking kids. I'm going to take care of my kids first.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to do a lot of things. So now I don't have, you know, the stroke. I don't want to do all that shit no more because I just want to be alive to see my grandkids.
So there's nothing that you can think of that you want to do that you haven't done yet? No,
because I think I did it already when I was younger. And now that I'm older, all I want to enjoy is what y'all bring to me, because what else could it be? Like, I don't want to meet no new person.
Well, I mean, you told me one time you wanted to go to Amsterdam. You still want to go to Amsterdam?
Smoke weed.
Dude, but that's something you want to do. That's something you want to do.
that's not like a dying trip for me. If I don't go, I don't go. I don't give a shit.
You do,
I can
you do
smoke
live
weed
very
here.
like in the present. Like you're very in the
Yeah,
present type of person. What is tomorrow is tomorrow. What is today is today.
just long as he keep me here to watch over y'all.
Yeah, man.